Hey guys, it's Amy here, and today I'm going to be doing my February wrap-up. In this video I'll be going over all the books that I read in February. I'll be giving you a brief overview of what I thought of them. I'll also be showing you my favourites of the month, which may not be book related. The first book I read this month was Brick Lane by Monica Ali. I didn't enjoy this book. I gave it 2 stars. I mean, it wasn't completely awful. I did manage to get through it, but it was just something that I really didn't connect with. The book centres around a Bangladeshi girl who is married off to a much older Bangladeshi man who is living in London. For the most part of the book she can't speak English and so can't understand a lot of what is going on around her, so can only communicate to other Bangladeshi people. Now, I have little to no knowledge of Bangladeshi politics, anything to do with that kind of genre of novels, so I didn't really connect with anything to do with this book. I didn't understand a lot of the things they were speaking of. I had to keep looking up different words for Bangladeshi clothing and things because I'd never heard of it, and so I didn't know. It was a beautifully written book. There were, I mean, as you can see, I've got lots of post-its because it's my book club meeting tonight, in fact, and we're going to be talking about it. But overall, I didn't enjoy the story, and I think that's probably one of the main aspects of a book, is enjoying the story, and it just didn't seem to go anywhere. So tell me if you enjoyed this book, if you've read it. The second book I read this month was Choker by Elizabeth Woods, and I've done a video review of this, so if you'd like to see that I will link it down below or somewhere around here. Yeah, I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, so I won't carry on about it because you can go and watch the video or read my review on Goodreads if you'd like to know more. The third book I read this month was Never Let Me Go by Akazo Ishiguro. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. I thought this book was brilliant, and I'm hoping to watch the film this week so I can do a book to movie adaptation and review of the book and film together. So look forward to that if you're interested. The fourth and fifth book I read this month was Once Upon a Time in the North and Lyra's Oxford by Philip Pullman. I really enjoy these books. If you haven't read His Dark Materials by Philip Pullman, I strongly recommend you do. These are short novella kind of things that go along with the storyline of His Dark Materials. They were brilliant. If you have any kind of love for His Dark Materials, then I strongly recommend that you get these books because they just link in and they give you just these extra pieces of information that you may not have got from reading the books originally. Once Upon a Time in the North centres around Yorick Bernardson, the polar bear, and Lee Scoresby and how their relationship forms and how they first meet each other. Lyra's Oxford is actually set after the time of His Dark Materials, and it's about Lyra a couple of years after the last book of His Dark Materials trilogy. So I really enjoy these books. They also came with little like flip out maps and a game in this one, which I thought was a nice touch to the book, as they are both really beautiful, and yeah, it was just a nice touch. The last book I read this month was Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Now I'm going to do a video review straight after making this, so I will put that up very soon if you're interested. I thought this book was brilliant. If you are into 80s pop culture, I know as everyone is talking about this book at the moment, then you must read this book. Although I didn't grow up in the 80s, I was actually born in 1992, I understood quite a lot of the references. A lot of the references were related to films that I enjoy and love, like Lord of the Rings. Although I wasn't personally born in the 80s and didn't live through them, I didn't feel that those references detracted from the story. In fact, they kind of made me wish that I was born in the 80s so that I could enjoy this book even more than I did and actually understand a lot of the references. It was just brilliant. I won't say any more now because I will say it all in my review. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars, which it definitely deserved. So those are all the books that I've read this month, and here are my favourites. The music that I've been really enjoying this month has to be the Hobbit soundtrack. I've had a lot of presentations due for university, and I find that listening to the soundtrack of The Hobbit or The Lord of the Rings is really good for concentrating. Most of the songs don't have lyrics to them, so I can't be distracted or want to sing along because there are no words. So I find that these are really quite good if you want to crack down and do some work and not be distracted by any kind of clubby kind of music. Howard Shore just writes beautiful music, and I love him. My favourite TV programme of the month, I would say The Vampire Diaries, but I said that last month, so I'm going to say a different one. Although I have to say, Vampire Diaries this month has been phenomenal. I spent the best part of the last episode crying my eyes out. You have to watch it if you haven't. Another TV programme that I've been enjoying is not actually a current TV programme. It's something that I've enjoyed since I was little, and it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I find I also can do my work, my coursework for my university course really well whilst watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, partly because I've seen every episode, all 144 of them, around 7 times each. I watched the whole 7 seasons at least once a year. This is my first run through this year, so there'll probably be another one in the summer when I've bored and got nothing to do. If you're a Buffy fan, tell me down there, because I'll quite happily talk to you about it. My most beautiful book of the month has to be Four Tales by Philip Pullman. If you saw my February book haul, then you will have seen this in there. I just think it's gorgeous. Look at the details, it's just lovely. The spine is just awesome, and I just love it. I can't wait to start reading this. I think it's beautiful. My bargain book of the month, which wasn't actually in my book haul because I purchased it after I did the book haul. I found this in a charity shop for £2.50, and it's a bind-up of 3 novels by the Bronte sisters: Wuthering Heights, Jane Eyre and The Tenant of Woodville Hall. I just think it will look really nice with all my other classics on the shelf. It's got nice gold book edges and a beautiful spine, and it's just awesome. I love big leather-bound books like this, so yay. And my last favourite is my favourite booktuber of the month, and I'm going to have to say Gabriella from Time Lords and Wizards. I think her videos are beautiful. She does a mixture of book video but also has a nice scattering of abstract, documentary style, really nice, beautiful videos with music that go along with them, and I just think they're really kind of enchanting and lovely, and I'd love it if you all checked her out because her videos are gorgeous. If you haven't entered my 600 subscriber giveaway, then I suggest you do. I will leave a link maybe somewhere around here if I can work that out. If I can't, it'll be down there. Obviously you can contact me on Twitter or Goodreads or any of those other lovely networking sites that I'm signed up to. Anyway, that's everything for today. I hope you're all having a brilliant day, and I will see you soon. Bye!